Happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day so far. This is my 10th episode, which is crazy. 10 episodes. That means that I have been staying consistent for the past 10 weeks. And honestly, it's really good. It's a good feeling. Um, One day I decided I'm going to start a podcast, so I'm going to go ahead and record myself talking. I'm going to go ahead and posted the first episode, and then I decided I'm going to stay consistent and committed to posting one episode every Wednesday of the week at 6 p.m. And this is what I have been doing. And now seeing that it's the 10th one, it's crazy. It's crazy. I should celebrate or something. But it's really rewarding because I feel good about myself. I feel good about the fact that I'm staying committed and consistent to what I said I was gonna do. So you know what? You know what? This is great news. This is really good news. So yeah. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. I do get feedback from several people consistently, and I really do enjoy that, and I appreciate it. And then I appreciate those people that say, you know what, I feel like you're talking about me when it comes to that podcast because it's relatable. So that makes me feel good. I know that I'm not going through stuff by myself. I know a lot of us go through, uh, I don't know, if different phases of our life or just different situations where we may think, damn it, am I the only one? But then you come to realize that you're not. There's a bunch of people that are going through the same thing, and they have new ways or different ideas on how to deal with it, or people that have gone through it already and they already know how to deal with it and how to continue to push forward. So we can all learn from each other, and that's amazing. That's really, really good, and I enjoy it, and I love it. And thank you guys again for all the comments that you give me, the messages that I have received. I appreciate it and I love it. So yes, I hope you're all having a great Wednesday. This past week has been a bit rough because I started getting sick about 5 days ago, and I'm barely feeling better now. So if I sound a little funny, don't make fun of me. No, I'm just kidding. But if I sound a little funny, it's because I'm barely recovering from the cough and a runny nose. So, but I'm feeling better now, thankfully. And yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I went through this past week, and I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was very, very interesting. I was reading a book, of course, like I have been telling you guys, the book of No Excuses by Brian Tracy, and I decided to take the train, the fast track, the train that takes you to different cities around this area. Um, I decided to take the train from Fairfield to another city, and it was a very cool experience because throughout the ride, you have views everywhere. I mean, because obviously they have windows all around, and you get to see the water, you get to see the landscape, and it's just really nice and relaxing. So while I was in there on that train, I had brought my backpack and I had my book there and I had my computer, so I did a little bit of work, and then I started reading after I was done with some work I had, and part of what I read on there was two things that caught my attention. One of them, it was about having hard conversations. Um, it talks about having those conversations that we try to avoid because we're either afraid of the response or afraid of the outcome of that conversation. A lot of the times we try to just please other people by saying yes, whatever you say, whatever you do, anything you say or do, it's right, and I'm just gonna go with it because I don't want to escalate this because I don't want to get the no as an answer, or I am afraid to get that response from you. So we try to just be pleasers and not have those hard conversations, and it's I don't know if I should call it a mistake, but it's a thing that we continuously do that's probably not right, because having a hard conversation is the best way to get to the point and get the right answer. The At least the answer that you need, the response that you need. Maybe not the one that you want, and that's okay, but the response that you need. And I've felt this because I have a hard time, or I had a hard time having those hard conversations when it comes to work, calling either those customers or dealing with those customers at work when I'm bartending, or I'm an electrician. Having those hard conversations that the customer might get upset, they might complain, but if you don't have that conversation, you're never gonna get that response, so you can find what the next step is. And majority of the times, what I find out is that calling that customer that you're too afraid to call always turns out to be okay. They'll come back and maybe complain a little bit, but eventually you get what you want out of it. And that's freaking amazing, honestly. Or even with your personal life, you don't want to have that hard conversation with your sibling or parent or friends because you're too afraid of getting into an argument. But then majority of the times, those friends, siblings, or parents appreciate that you're coming up to them, being real and honest, and actually saying how you feel or how things are at that moment, and they will appreciate it, which is, it's great. Those are some hard lessons that I'm learning now. Like I said in the past, I've always been too scared to have those conversations, and instead I would just be compliant with whatever it is that they had or had to say or anything. I would not even try to argue. I would just close the conversation right within there and not even try to argue. But now I'm learning that having those conversations will give you the answer that you need, and it's the best answer that you can get. Again, a lot of the times it might not be the one that you want, but it's definitely the answer that you need. So that's something that I'm learning. I'm still learning in this life, which is amazing. And I thought I would share that with you guys. It was just something that I read, and then it came to my mind, and I'm like, yeah, I've dealt with that. So I'm sure I'm not the only one that has dealt with that. And maybe someone else needed to hear that. Um, but yeah, that's something that I wanted to share with you guys. Um, and I hope it's valuable, and I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say and can actually use that in your own personal lives. Also, there was another thing that I read from this book, and this is just more of a tip that I'm trying to include in my lifestyle as well. And I'll read a small sentence from this book on, I think this is page 90. It says, to guarantee your lifelong success, make a decision today to invest 3% of your income into yourself. Crazy, right? You're like, 3%? Jeez. I need that 3% for my snacks, for my coffee, for my dessert. That would be me because I love eating dessert. Um, but it's only 3%. And part of what the book says on there is that if you invest that 3% on yourself, you're eventually going to double your income. And I mean, who doesn't want to double their income? Who doesn't want to make more money so their lifestyle can be even better? So their lifestyle can be lavish as they wanted? Who doesn't want to have that extra income? So this is a great tip. I thought it was a great tip. I am planning to use it on myself. 3% of my income into my invested into myself, which it could be books, it could be courses, it could be seminars, a variety of things where you can learn from. Maybe go back to school. Who knows? But 3% seems to be the magic number according to the book from different studies that they've seen or done. So that's just the tip for you guys. I hope you guys are having a great, excellent day. I'm going to stop talking because I'm going to lose my voice eventually if I continue. But next week, I should be much better. Alrighty, y'all. Have an excellent Wednesday. Take care and deuces.